Welcome back into Main Street Living. Now, Quincy, this last year has taken a toll on all of us, and I think we've all just really had to put an emphasis on kindness, right?
Yeah, Danielle, I know racism and cultural insensitivity have been in one ugly spotlight around the country and even the world for a while now. And our Asian American family, they've experienced an increase of discrimination, which can have an impact on both physical and mental health as well. And we have musician, speaker, and mental health advocate Amy Corey here to talk with us about that. Hey there, Amy, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing great. Doing great here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, no problem. And Amy, I know racism against Asians is not something new, but it's become more common and more visible in the last few months. How has that impacted you?
I think it's unfortunate that any type of racism is still a story, I think, because of permission given by a lot of kind of higher powers. The racism towards Asian community has increased. I know in my career, I very much set my mindset to know that this could very much happen because of what I speak about my singing. I think now it's also the fact that, just going out because of my color, it definitely happened, and it's happened recently too. So it's unfortunate that it's still, happening, and it's increasing. It doesn't matter who you are, it's just the color.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're talking about, recently for you, what do you mind sharing your story with us, or what has it been like for you to be a victim of kind of this vicious racism?
It's hard. I think, I'm very thankful that I do have a very good mindset and everything to where, it can happen, an incident can happen to where, I get called out for, the color of my skin, for my people, and the fact of, just someone feeling empowered, that the confrontation can turn into that type of hate, that type of racism, and they feel empowered by that. So it makes it worse. To be able to process it, I am thankful for my own mindset in that aspect. But it's not easy. I think, it's the hardest thing with any type of racism is you question something that you should never question, because it is just who you are. You are born with it. And the fact that this can influence you to even question that for a minute is very, very hard, and very, hard to process, because it's just melatonin or whatever makes our skin color. This people, individuals are so much more different than just the color of our skin. But the fact that that is the most thing that we look at is very hard to process.
You made a very valid point. I know as a person of color here in America, it's something that I'm definitely going to be a part of as well. And I have my ways of processing it. So how do you process just everything?
It's not easy, because, like I say, you process something that you shouldn't ever have to process. And I think that in itself is just like, you don't know how to, because you really shouldn't, as a human, as a person. I've always been so proud of my color. I've always been so proud of being born in Vietnam, being adopted here. I also, because of my mental health struggles, I have, not only my color, but, my self-harm scars. And I just kept remembering how proud I am, and how, this has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with who I am. It is the suffering in someone else. And unfortunately, I am victim number 2 in that. It takes a lot of time to find that understanding, because there are emotions. But I'm thankful that, my mindset is, if you really do think about it, it's very sad for the victim, but it's very, very sad for the person who caused this, because you know that it's very much within their hatred, their soul, and you almost, just feel sorry for them as well. And I think I remembered how much this empowered me at the beginning of my career, and how much more fire and fuel it can add to wanting to make a difference, to be able to feel empathy with so many people, and to show that, no matter who you are in this world, rich, poor, fat, color, it can happen. And it's very unfortunate. But the community and the kindness that I did see out of all of this is that it was just one person. And, I can't, it's every story, because I'm privileged in a sense that it was just verbal.
Gotcha.
So,
well, Amy,
you kind of take it in consideration.
Community. Yeah, I mean, you
Mhm.
brought up the community, right? And I think we're all like wondering how can we be better allies, right, for our Asian American neighbors? Like, what can we do to help?
I think any type of kindness that is shown, I think we're getting to a point, especially with the pandemic as well, is that we are really looking for the smallest types of kindness. I know when this happened to me, it was one person out of a lot of people, and they just showed kindness because in that situation, that's what needs to be shown. It needs to be out there that, no, just human to human, not color to color, just human to human, regular decency and kindness is really what it shouldn't be because I'm colored that people are kind. It should just automatically be there, in my
Right.
opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It should just be, and really quickly, how can people find you and get more information about mental health advice regarding this?
So my website is amycorey.com, and so is my Instagram and Facebook. And the biggest thing I always share is because I'm a mental health public speaker, my DMs are always open because I want to be there for people. I want to show, feel understood that I understand them and that there is someone who listens.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Amy, for being a part of the show.
Thank you so
And,
much for having me.
yeah, and you continue the fight, young lady.
So great to have Amy on. So strong, too, for sharing her story like that. We so appreciate that. But stick with us because coming up, Quincy, I hope you got your waders because we're gone fishing.